Look at her. She did that. Yeah.
Hi, Berry fan, Berry friends, Berry everybody. This is yours truly here, Mariana of Bippity Berry Fairy, coming at you with episode 1 of the Big Sister series, where I make videos for the new berries out there who are just getting ready for surgery, haven't had their surgery yet, haven't made a decision yet, who are very early into post op. Everything you need to know from my experience after having weight loss surgery. So stay tuned and welcome to episode 1. So, first and foremost, one, I am not trying to convince anyone to have weight loss surgery. It's something you need to make and decide for yourself. I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm being very honest on my experience and what I've gone through and what I've learned from the bariatric community from my other brothers and sisters on here. And second, I'm just sharing my experience and trying to reach out to those newbies out there and trying to be one of your bariatric big sisters here with any advice I can give and knowledge I have. I'm not trying to coach you, I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just giving what I've learned along the way. Sit with you guys as someone who has lost 150 ish pounds from her heaviest weight, which was 332. I can tell you from my experience, it's been quite the roller coaster of experience. It's completely life changing, and it's something that I'm not going to sit here and convince you to do, but it's something I've been planning on and researching on for a good while till I made a huge, big decision to have this surgery. And honestly, it's completely changed my life for the better. And here's the advice I can give to you. It is not the easy way out. Not for one bit. But it's also a very strong tool that you can use to reach your health goals. And it's honestly a huge question here in the community. Should I have bariatric surgery? Well, if you're considering the surgery, let me fill you in on what facts I have and knowledge. So, about me. When you think about having something life-changing, you think about, sorry, Bruce, you think about the consequences, that what may happen, the good, the bad, the ugly. But you have to sit with yourself and really think about it. You have to really analyze the situation, especially if you feel like you've tried everything, all the diets, all the programs, seeing a nutritionist, trying it on your own, the natural way, like people say. You have to consider the pros and cons of everything. Like any big lifestyle or choice you make in general with your life, you have to weigh out the pros and cons. But for me, I had more pros about it, and I have no regrets, even though I had a few little hiccups here and there and developed chronic illness. But I'm still pushing through, and I clearly have succeeded because I trusted the process. I fought tooth and nail and disciplined myself to follow a certain criteria or routine to get me from point A to point B. I will be referring back to notes because with my ADHD brain, I need to refer back to the notes I've written for this episode. So here we go. What can bariatric surgery do for you? It helps with portion control, helps with weight loss, improves your health, helps your mobility, and creates a new starting point to something that will change your health from this point on. For me, surgery gave me a chance to finally stop fighting with my body, disagreeing of what's good for me and what is not good for me. I personally was planning to just stay obese, I guess, and fat because I thought that was what I was destined to be. But when you hit my age 40s and you're like, I can't. I'm mentally and physically exhausted. There's so many things that I cannot do in this body of mine. I need to fight for this. I need to really want it. I need to look into it and really want this decision. And obviously, I did. I definitely Then you have to ask yourself these questions. What do I want out of the surgery? Do I want to be healthy, be more mobile, confident? You want to do it for your children? You want to be able to run after them and play with them? Or if don't have kids, you just want to, have a longevity to your life. And it's something you just have to deep dive and be like, no, I am, yes, doing this for myself and my well-being. But am I doing this for someone else, like your family, your friends? No, I personally, myself, I did it for myself because I just got tired of being tired and exhausted. And I think it's more harder work to try to move a heavier body around than now after I lost all this weight where the sky's the limit. I've had so many non-scale victories that I reminisce about them all the time. And it's the most amazing feeling ever. Another question for yourself is, are you ready to make these lifelong changes? Such as keeping up with your water goals, hydrating your body, taking vitamins, moving and grooving. Because it doesn't just take to have the surgery. You have to put in the work. You have to work out and make sure you reach the water and protein goals each and every day in your vitamins. Appointments. You need to set up appointments for pre-op, post-op, a year post-op, 3 years post-op. I'm still 3.5 years post-op, and I'm still visiting my bariatric clinic because they're also the ones that prescribe me my GLP-1. And I love it because my guy, Ernie, my nurse practitioner, I love having conversations with him. He's like such an amazing dude, and like I get to unload with him, kind of like therapy sesh, but also helping me continue on this lifelong journey. Also, are you willing to ask for support? This bariatric community on TikTok and on social media in general is quite huge. I've noticed in the past year alone, so many new berries out there. They're taking the steps for the surgery. And I'm here rooting you on 110%. That's why I like to consider myself like kind of like a big sister in the bariatric community, because I love inspiring, I love helping, I love caring, I love just reaching out and just helping those newbies out there, because I'm no expert, but I know what I know and what's worked for me, and hopefully it can work for you too. But this is what nobody told me after weight loss surgery. Surgery changes your stomach. And it doesn't automatically change your habits, your trauma, food noise, the emotional eating, and like yours truly has ADHD. Being neurodivergent and a bariatric patient, it's crazy and it's wild. I would tie that more into other episodes, because other episodes I will be talking about not the cons, but the things you'll be going through, like for example, body dysmorphia. I'm 3.5 years post-op and I'm still going through that, because there's some days I can't believe I look so different than I did 3.5 years ago. The pros and the cons. Let's get into it. Pros: better health, more energy, more confidence, more opportunities, and more life. You learn to live life to the fullest, even more so than you could have when you were at your heaviest. My cons, and can be your cons as well: the learning curve, the vitamin commitments, the emotional adjustments, the body dysmorphia, and the loose skin. We all gotta have it, honestly. These bruises are for me just being me, but you gotta have all of the stuff. I just wear them as battle wounds, and that's just me. If you want to look into plastics later on, that's your prerogative, and there's videos out there that will help you and discuss those kind of topics. But you know, most of the cons aren't cons. They're just adjustments to your new way of life, if you consider it that way. I certainly do. I could see like this could be a con, but you know what? It's also my battle wounds and how hard I work to get to where I'm at today on this video. And I hope this video and this series is going to help you new berries, or just the bariatric community in general. But here's my personal perspective. And I think it's powerful that I share this with you guys, because like I said, I really shoot to be inspiring and helpful during your journey. So even after surgery, I still had food noise. Hence why about a year ago I started GLP-1. But it's not for everyone. I'm not saying go out and do the medication, but those two tools, weight loss surgery and GLP-1, literally has saved my life and allowed me to keep pursuing my goals on my weight loss journey. Even after surgery, I still have ADHD. Just got diagnosed with it 3 months ago, and it's been quite the whirlwind adventure. Even after surgery, I still had to learn how to take care of myself. So very true. It's not all about the weight loss, but you also have to realize that there's things that happen along the way. I wasn't expecting to become severely anemic, and not expecting that vitamins weren't absorbing in my body, and I was having deficiencies and developed this chronic illness called anemia. But here I am working it out and just living day by day with this. But makes me stronger each and every time. So no regrets here. But finally, I have the tools to help me with that. I go to therapy. I take my vitamins. I, you know, find my things that are wrong with me and fix them with doctors, because it's incredible the team that I have, that they know doctors for different aspects and things that can help you out through your journey. And I am so grateful and thankful that I've been able to seek out that, because with my autism and ADHD, I hate making appointments, but my team definitely helps me out in that aspect, because I don't like talking on the phone. I know, it's weird. Do it again in a heartbeat. I wouldn't wait so long to do it. Maybe not in my 20s, because maybe my maturity wasn't as mature as I am now in my 40s. I might go to consider doing it in my 30s and work from there, especially knowing what I know now. um, but yeah, absolutely, no regrets here, and I'll definitely do it over and over again if the case may be, and I get reincarnated and stuff. But that's another topic. And I'm gonna leave you with this question. These are for the seasoned berries, one that's at least a couple years post-op. What advice would you give to a new berry patient, especially what you've gone through in your journey? So in the comments below, leave your advice, your helpful advice to the new berries that come across this video. And also, what's the last one? If you're considering the surgery, what is your biggest fear? If you're a new bariatric or considering bariatric surgery, what is your biggest fear? And I will respond video form or as soon as possible, because I'm always on the TikTok. So stay tuned for episode 2 in the Big Sister series here. Mariana here signing off, and I'll see you next time.